If you are in your 20s and you feel miserable, lost, or stuck, this video is for you. As someone in their early 30s, if I could go back in time, I would tell my 20-something-year-old self to relinquish control and do not time box yourself. Because I remember my early 20s, I was miserable because I needed to get out of college and find a job. And then my later 20s, I was miserable because I needed a better job that paid better. And then I needed to also find a husband. And I just kept attracting miserable situations, miserable men that sucked, and then miserable jobs that made me feel worse about myself. And now as someone in my 30s, I'm so happy and I'm so abundant. And when I look abundant, and then that sounds so weird. And when I look back at my pictures in my 20s, I'm realizing, oh my gosh, I'm actually hotter now. I'm attracting better men now. I'm attracting greater opportunities now. I'm making triple what I used to make back in my 20s. Like, why did I stress out so much in my 20s? Because when I look back at my 20s in that decade, I don't think happy thoughts. I think, oh my God, that was the worst era of my life. And for you, it doesn't have to be. I'm telling you, as someone who's out of their 20s, your 20s doesn't have to be miserable if you stop time boxing yourself and give yourself the chance to just go with the flow. Let life carry you through different seasons, because I know that when I turn 40, I'm going to look back at my 30s and think, dang, Irene, you did a hell of a job living it up and living your life to the best of your ability and not being so stressed out about all these different things that society tells you to be stressed out about. You don't need to be stressed in your 20s. You are literally still a baby. Enjoy life. Make mistakes. Go have fun. Live. Like, that's what your 20s are supposed to be about. Do not stay at home scrolling on TikTok and feeling worse about yourself. Go out, make friends, break hearts, get heartbroken, figure yourself out, learn about yourself, realize the things that you're good at, and find jobs that you excel at. And if you're not good at it, then go find another job. Explore, discover. That's what your 20s are about. I promise you, because once you turn 30s and get into your 30s, life will unfold in a way that you could have never imagined. I promise. Okay? Good night.
I feel like the sexiest thing a woman can do is to be disciplined, to be on their ish, waking up 6 a.m., getting their life together, doing their skincare, starting that business, being an influencer, going to work, clocking in, getting what they need to get done, baby, and just becoming the person that they said they was going to become. Because what that does is it gets everybody scared. They're like, oh my gosh, she's doing every single thing that she said she was going to do. I stay away from those people. I hate people who talk about things they want to do and they never pursue it. They could keep saying they're going to start these YouTube channels, they're going to start content, they're going to be an influencer, they're going to do all this and that, but they have not done a single thing. You have 24 hours in a day and you continue to use those hours for talking and not doing anything. Do you not care about your life enough to make it better? Or enough about yourself to keep these promises to yourself? Every single day you get up and you lie to yourself and you tell yourself that you're going to start content, you're going to be an influencer, you're going to be this big person, you're going to start going to the gym, you're going to start doing these things, and you never do them. And you wonder why you never do them, and you wonder why you're not confident in anything you do, because you keep lying to yourself. You can't even keep a promise to yourself.
The biggest mistake you can make is wasting your youth on a man. Don't waste your prime years chasing a man or being with a man that brings no value to your life. My biggest fear is waking up in my mid-30s, reminiscing on my 20s and thinking, dang, I could have been doing so much more. I could have been so much further in life right now if I just stayed focused. I don't want that to ever be a regret of mine or a thought that crosses my mind all the time. You won't know a man wasted your prime years until it's too late, and I see it happen all the time. I want you guys to be so invested in your career, making money, traveling, that you don't even have the time to think about settling down or chasing a man, because they will always be there. My mindset right now is, when I'm older, I want to be able to look back at my 20s and say, I did everything. I lived my life to the fullest and I'm content. But ladies, please be careful. These men know what they're doing. They know they're wasting your youth. They know what they're doing by getting you pregnant. Please. I'm not saying don't date, but don't get comfortable, because we're not getting any younger and time goes by so quick.
You are not going to be young forever. So stop wasting your youth by playing small, dressing lazy, and living like every day is just another day. It's nothing special. Your looks are a gift. Your looks are a gift, not a throwaway. Take advantage of your looks, okay? Start treating your life like it actually matters. wake up with purpose, get dressed like the day has a meaning. And you know, every morning you literally get a new chance every single day to show up as a woman that you want to be, to show up as a woman who actually looks good and feels good and carries herself like she knows her damn worth, okay? And you know, don't wake up and just try to get by and say, oh, this is just another day. No. Wake up earlier, get ready, like you're gonna go somewhere important, because you are gonna go somewhere important. Even running errands can be a whole vibe. Throw on that cute dress, wear the jeans, do whatever makes you feel good. And trust me, you get treated a lot differently. The doors open, the eyes follow, the energy shifts, okay? Men respond to the way that you carry yourself, and when you lead with feminine energy, you give them a reason to rise to their masculine. And that's how you receive more, by doing less. Your new job, look good, feel good, and know that, you know, when to actually keep things a little bit more mysterious. That is the key. Life will meet you at the level that you show up. So stop freaking doing the bare minimum if you want the most out of that, out of life. Okay, it's as simple as that.
I don't know who needs to hear this today, but it is okay to decide that somebody trying their best or their hardest is still not enough for you. I think so many times we get stuck in situations because we listen to people make their promises and realize that, like, as much as they're promising and possibly trying, their actions still aren't aligning with their words. We just sit around waiting for it to finally make sense because people are so good at making everything sound good, and then there's nothing to back it up. I feel like a lot of times people will guilt trip you into staying because they're like, I'm trying my hardest, I'm trying my best, but nothing is good enough for you. And at the end of the day, that just honestly feels like manipulation. If you're actually having open communication with somebody and telling them exactly what you need and what you expect and what your boundaries are in a relationship, and they're still not being met, at some point it's like, are you really trying your hardest? Because I'm giving you the literal blueprint of what I need for this to be successful and for me to feel safe and understood and heard, and it's still not happening. A lot of times in relationships, especially women, we're not asking for the sun, the moon, and the stars. We're just asking for bare minimum shit, which is even more embarrassing because asking for the bare minimum should not take your absolute best effort. That person's obviously not the right person for you because they don't truly understand why it is so important to you. At some point, you also need to realize that the longer you allow them to keep talking without any of their actions aligning with it, the longer they will continue it. You let that man slide one time, he will be king of the playground, slipping and sliding all over the place. You wanted basic understanding, respect, bare minimum things, and they just decided that they didn't want to. Because a lot of the times, I really don't think it's that they're not able to, it's just that they don't have to because you're not requiring it. So I say all of that to say, if that person in your life is making it seem like you're asking for too much, just ask somebody else.
Being alone and feeling that loneliness is really important in growth. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have those nights where you're just like, dang, like, no one's calling me. Okay, so, you know, you need to sit in that. And I feel like you only grow as a person because then you realize your worth. I remember before Les and I started dating, I was like, dang, I'm going to be single forever. I really thought that. Like, because I was single for so long and I'd meet people. It never worked out. I just kind of sat in that. Like, I have to get comfortable being by myself, like being alone. And I did. And then I feel like less just happened out of nowhere when I wasn't expecting it.
A lot of you do not need more time to heal. You need experiences that will show your nervous system a new reality. I'm going to say that again. A lot of you do not need more time to heal. You need experiences that will show your nervous system a new reality. I heard that quote today and it hit home because I feel like there comes a point where you have to trust in the work that you've done, the healing, the therapy, everything you've done. You've raised your standards. You've changed the beliefs. You've let go of things that don't serve you.
Last night, I made my very first invest in yourself list, and I tweeted about it, and it started going viral a little bit of people just saying that this is such a good idea, but what exactly is an invest in yourself list and how do you make one? So first, I started this year feeling like I just wanted to look expensive. Like, I just wanted to look like a girl that was regularly taking care of herself, because I feel like those girls always have a look. But for me, I knew there were certain like beauty treatments and hair treatments and wellness experiences that I wanted to make sure I was having regularly. So last night I made a list of all of these things and how often I want to be doing each one. So first, my invest in yourself list starts with a few treatments that I'm already doing. So it's simple as like, how often do I want to get my nails done? How often do I want to get my eyebrows done? How often do I want to get pedicures? And then I added things to the list that I'm currently not doing. Like, I want to be able to get a full body massage at least once a month. I want to be able to start getting facials at least once a month. I want to be going to the spa, like a really fancy spa, at least once a quarter. And then I also started adding things about my hair, because this is also the first year that I have been consistent with trims to the point that it's on my calendar. Every time I go get a trim, my stylist just books the next appointment and then I'm going to get a trim. So I also made a list of how often I want to be taking care of my hair, how often I want to get protein treatments, how often I want to deep condition, how often I want to go to an actual salon to get my hair styled and not just like do a DIY style at home. I also have a section for my wardrobe. I recently have just been revamping my style completely and donating and giving away a bunch of clothes that I just feel like no longer serve me and the future me that I'm trying to become. So I put how often I want to shop, how often I want to add to my wardrobe, which right now is like once a month. And then quarterly, I also want to start buying name brand, more high-end quality pieces. And quarterly is what I can afford right now. So that's why I put it that way. I also have a section for travel. I want to be able to travel internationally at least twice a year. I want to be able to travel domestically at least twice a year. I also have a section for the supplements that I want to take. Some of them I'm already taking, simple like magnesium, a multivitamin, but I want to make sure I'm taking this certain brand of probiotics and vitamin D and all of these things to help with energy and fertility and skin and all of those things. So this is a glimpse of what my list looks like in Notion. So again, starting with my beauty care, then I have my hair care. I also have like bigger beauty treatments like laser hair removal, which I started this year. Highly recommend. Take some time, write down whatever it is that you feel like you want to be doing regularly as your future self, and then just start crossing these things off one by one.
If you are a girl who feels deep down in your heart that you are meant for something way bigger, you know deep down that you are meant for a luxurious life, an abundant life, but maybe right now you feel a little bit lost, please watch this video. Please watch this. So, not that long ago, I was very lost. I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I dropped out of college and I felt like a complete failure because I was always very ambitious. I had really big aspirations for myself. And I just felt like such a failure. I felt like a low life. And anyways, fast forward, I decided to launch a business. I started an online business, an Amazon business. I would have never thought. But that business changed my entire life. Like, who would have thought that selling products on Amazon could actually give me the dream life that I live today? I actually make 6 figures per month, every month, consistently, and I have for the last 5 years. And I travel the world nonstop. This has been my ultimate life goal. I'm literally here sitting in my favorite car, the G-Wagon. I have this car paid off in the US. I just got to Dubai yesterday, so I'm renting this. But anyways, I just wanted to share this to share that sometimes college is not the path for everyone, and it's okay right now if you feel a little bit lost. There are other ways. You know, maybe Amazon might not be the way for you, but I wanted to share this with you because in a couple days, I'll be hosting a free class. I won't sell you on anything. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it is. Maybe it can actually change your life too. So if you do want to join that, just go here. It's completely free. I will not sell you on anything.